What a day. It's good to be alive. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I wasn't always the friendly, carefree guy you see before you today. I used to take things very seriously. I never had time for fun. But one day I realized something had to change. I needed to work on me. Now I've got a whole new outlook on life. I realized that it's okay to put myself first. Found out that I have a knack for bringing people together. Whoa! And I learned how to let loose with friends. I work hard. And I play hard. So, I only have one question for you. Ready to have some fun? Sorry to keep you all waiting. But now that I'm here, let's have some fun. Yep, that's my name, all right. And this right here is Gunny. And she can light up the whole dance floor. And this one's Cha-Cha. He's a sensitive little fella, a real hothead. And when I fire them both, it's double trouble. Actual gameplay footage. Going so soon, I'm gonna miss ya. Don't tell me that's it. Both hearts pumping. I got your back. For now. Here I come. Says say quick Kiki. We got him where we want him.
Unbelievable.
So was I worth the wait? We're gonna have a hell of a time. Woo!
Mauga, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he was revealed at the latest BlizzCon as the newest hero added into the game, the newest tank added into the game, and with him added into the game, although I guess I shouldn't say with, there are some extra features they've added into the gallery, but they did that at the end of the previous season. So they added him here in Season 8 of Overwatch 2. And yeah, I'll obviously go over a bit more of what you just saw in that clip where they talked about what he has as part of his kit. But of course, we start off with the gallery. By the way, there is also another little short video called A Great Day. It's about 7 minutes long. I decided not to go ahead and show it. A little too much. But I highly recommend going to see it because it actually does add a bit more to the way he thinks and his character and how he tends to get along with some of the members of Talon. So anyway, this is his baseline look. Love that they're bringing a Samoan into Overwatch 2. Love it. I'm sure that The Rock and Roman Reigns would be happy to see this Samoan representation here from Mauga, which I believe is how you pronounce it. Mauga. Bone Splinter. Very cool looking, especially with the way his miniguns look. You know? This is Magma, which is really cool, except you have to spend 1,900 Overwatch coins to get it. No thank you, Blizzard. I'm not spending that much money on a skin. Red, blue, green, and I guess white with sand, I suppose? Obviously not that many skins to show off this early in. Master Tracker. His general heroic intro. Cha-Cha and Gunny. You've got my attention. Now, you can actually purchase this with credits, or you can actually get it as part of the event that he also has in this season, in the arcade mode, involving the Battle of the Beasts, which is kind of a funny take on the new mythic skin that Orisa gets. So that's his heroic emote. Face off. Holla. Hunker down. Just a sit down emote. Laugh. And peck dance. Oh my gosh. Back flex. Heroic. All me. Cracking knuckles. Thumbs up. Of course, the charms, souvenirs. Pizza.
It's never boring around me. I like it when the prey fights back. Want to arm wrestle? Bigger is better. Let's get that blood pumping. If I umalekawa. As long as I get paid, hit me as hard as you can. Kauina ya kupu ilekau fushi. Lighten up. Who's ready to have some fun? The fight starts now.
I think I'm going to get the lighten up voice line. Especially considering how many people in this game need to lighten up. Seriously.
Who's ready to have some fun?
And who's ready to have some fun? There we go. Sprays. Heh. He likes having a good time. I like a big guy like him playing a tiny little ukulele. I'm enjoying my tea. Does that do it for you, ladies? Or guys. Whichever, you know, way you swing, I guess. Ah. So here's the cute spray for the achievement. And the pixel spray. Where are some of these character-specific sprays? They usually have them for every character. Hold on, let me, where's the option to collapse all these? I may have to just simply do this one at a time. I prefer it when they have an option to collapse them all and then you are able to just specifically look for the actual ones you want. No? I guess I thought that there were... Well, never mind. So before we take a look at him in the gallery, or rather, I'm sorry, the training range, let's see if we can spot his achievements here and see what they are. Okay, never mind. Apparently his achievements are not here yet. I guess. Huh. Hold on, let me go back to some of these. I don't see his achievements. Interesting. Huh. I wonder why that is. Either they're just not in the game yet, or it's a bug. I don't know. But it doesn't even say what the achievements are. So maybe they just have not added those achievements in yet because they're still letting people have a chance to play the character. Plus, he's not available in ranked games yet. So maybe they wait until he's available to be played in ranked before they add his achievements into the game. So, let's go ahead and check him out in the practice range.
Voice chat may be recorded to investigate and verify reports of disruptive behavior.
Smile on my face.
So as you saw in the little demonstration video that they showed at BlizzCon, he has two different weapons. So he's obviously a different type of tank. He's not a I'm going to shield my teammates from damage type of tank. He is a damage dealer, but also a way to kind of buff his teammates. Now, his main damage things that he does here is, of course, the two miniguns. The one on your main button here, which I'm going to switch this from Tracer. Let's put a more beefy target here. Let's go ahead and get Roadhog, of course. So as you can see, the Incendiary Chain Gun is your main attack weapon. Automatic weapon that ignites enemies on repeated impacts. You can see Hog is now on fire, taking a little bit of damage. And it only lasts for a few seconds. Then he's got the Volatile Chain Gun, which is an automatic weapon that deals critical damage to burning enemies. So once you get them on fire, you do this, and look at how much more damage they take. Now, of course, you can fire both at the same time.
Both hearts pumping.
And I think a lot of people have a tendency to do that, but here's the thing. Look at how these weapons fire when you do it separately compared to together. Notice how much more tighter the fire is on each weapon here. Very narrow. Now watch what happens when I use both of them. Kind of all over the place, isn't it? So unless you have a big, giant, wide target like, let's say, Roadhog, or heck, let's go ahead and use another Mauga here, because he has just as much of a big hitbox as Roadhog does. So yeah, it's gonna work when you're up close and you have this big hitbox that you can just go ahead and unload both of your guns on. But if, let's say, it's a squishier but slimmer target to hit, like let's say a soldier, you might get some if he's just standing still like that. But if he's like, doing what soldiers do, which is run around and do this, it's gonna be a little harder to get him. Now, if you're able to just simply focus on getting the incendiary, now this may take a little bit of like focus fire on him. But yeah, you're gonna have to, like, when it comes to these kind of much smaller to hit targets, you're probably gonna have to resort to just simply using one of the miniguns to try and actually get some damage on them, as opposed to both. But I have noticed that some players just have the tendency that they just can't help but want to go ahead and just use both, like, all the time. Now, you'll probably also notice his health bar. He has the same kind of thing that Doomfist does, which is he is a berserker. He gains temporary health when he deals critical damage. which is why it's that whole use your incendiary to get them on fire, and then use the other to be able to like get the critical damage, so you can gain the temporary health. The same idea that Doomfist has when it comes to like sustain. So those are his main weapons. His abilities. He has Overrun. He charges forward and he stomps to launch enemies, and he's unstoppable when he is charging. Which means if he does this into a Junkrat trap, he's going to run through it and break it, so he won't get trapped in it. Also, that means other things that could stop him, like, say, a Roadhog hook, would not be able to stop him. At least that's from what I understand of what unstoppable should mean. If it's in the same context that unstoppable meant in Heroes of the Storm, that's what I have not actually tested this in a game yet, but that's what my mind thinks is supposed to happen, or how it should happen. By the way, you can cancel this early if you want. You probably noticed it on your screen a moment ago. And you probably noticed how far he ran too. But yeah, you can either just cancel it with your shift, or you can go ahead and stomp early. Now here's the next big thing. This is the thing that he does for his teammates. It's called Cardiac Overdrive. Nearby allies will take reduced damage and heal by dealing damage.
Start this party!
Now, unfortunately, I don't think these guys actually attack. No, they don't, derp. So, unfortunately, it looks like I don't really have a way to show this. See, I think Blizzard needs to add weapons to these bots here, because otherwise, how am I supposed to test out this ability on bots in the practice range here if I don't have friendly bots that attack enemy bots? Like, it's nice they added the option for healers over here, where you can actually swap these guys from enemies to friendlies.
Let's put that brain to use.
So yeah, it doesn't last very long. I do like some of the lines he says, like, "Everybody riot!" I can tell the voice actor is having fun with this character.
Yeah! Everybody riot!
Yeah, there it is. But yeah, the idea you saw in the clip is that when you proc that, if your allies are dealing damage, if, let's say, your DPS needs some healing, and they start dealing damage when you proc that, they're going to be able to heal themselves, and they take less damage when that happens. So, that's cool. And, of course, he has the tank roll, reduced knockbacks received, less ultimate generated by healing, and damage received, and increased base health in roll queue games mode. And I believe the 500 is his regular baseline health, if I am not mistaken. And then we have his ult, Cage Fight. Deploys a barrier that traps himself and enemies. Gains unlimited ammo while he is inside. So let's go ahead and switch the bot team over here again. So let's say these guys are all bunched up together. All of a sudden...
Oh, don't be sad.
And then for 10 seconds, I can just go ahead and unload on them. And by the way, when they are chained and stuck in here, a number of heroes will have some of their abilities, like, disabled. Like, a Winston can't jump out of it, or he can't use his jump. Like, there's obviously a video that some players have done about all the different interactions that happen with Mauga's abilities, including the cage fight, where just some characters just have their abilities unable to work or function while they are in the cage fight with him. And that's basically Mauga as a character, when it comes to how he does gameplay-wise. Now, some people are saying he's a bit overtuned right now. The thing is, I also think that he has some glaring weaknesses. Like, obviously, he doesn't have much of a way to shield himself. When you look at the difference between his armor and his regular health, it's not that much.
That's better.
Now, of course, him being able to gain the temporary health is nice, but if he's also getting focus fired by, like, everybody on the enemy team, he's not going to last that long. Because if he just stands out here and he's just like, but against, like, the entire enemy team, he's, of course, going to die. Like, even if he's doing this, trying to do damage and gain his temporary health, it's not going to work.
great target practice.
I've seen too many Maugas in quick play just go ahead and get melted against the enemy team because they either went too much into the enemy team like this, like, I'm gonna go get him! And then they end up getting killed.
It's been a pleasure.
So, if you have some people on the enemy team, like, obviously a Reaper is going to be able to get a lot of damage on him because of his giant hitbox, and a number of other characters that specialize in that kind of thing will be able to do pretty well against Mauga. Obviously, he also doesn't have much of a way to avoid getting headshot. Like, Orisa has her Fortify, which makes her unable to be headshot when that happens. But that's not going to stop a Widow from being able to get some critical hits and headshot him. So, yeah. Just kind of keep that in mind. Like, Mauga may seem pretty strong, but I think there are some definite weaknesses to him, which is obviously a good thing. But at the same time, he doesn't feel too overpowered to me, because if you play certain characters against him right, then he's going to fall like everybody else does. So, is he probably a little overtuned? Yeah, maybe he is. But is he, like, overpowered where he just can't die? I don't think so. Now, that being said, I have heard some people say that this season tanks got extra strong in this particular season. I'm not sure what they're talking about because I haven't really looked at the patch notes all that in depth, except for a couple of changes that happened to the characters. But I don't know. Maybe this could be the season tanks. That's what I've been hearing some people say, and I'm like, maybe? I'm not really sure. But if you were to ask me, would I pick Mauga, like, as a go-to tank in ranked? Probably not. Because usually, like, in ranked play, you're going to want a tank that's going to be able to help mitigate damage and shield you from damage. Like, being able to do this to give your DPS the ability to take less damage and heal themselves with the damage they deal is a cool idea. I like his design. But do I see him or perceive him being the best tank in the game? Probably not, unless they decide to buff him. Which, considering people are already saying he's overtuned, I doubt they will buff him, but I don't know. Also, this obviously does not, this cage fight ult, it doesn't, like, you can go ahead and use this during the cage fight to try and also do the same thing for not just yourself, but also for your allies.
Only fights.
But it doesn't make him, like, invulnerable. Like, he doesn't take less damage while he's in the cage fight. The big deal is whether or not he's able to, of course, have them be up close and be able to do this, which allows him to get all that temporary health you see, having him get 150 temporary health. And if that's constantly going up while he's doing damage, while they're also trying to damage him, it can definitely make him a force to be reckoned with.
Should've stayed home.
And obviously being stuck, by the way, you don't have to be in it to get stuck. You can actually walk into the cage fight if you're an enemy and get stuck in the cage fight. You can enter the cage fight, but you can't walk out. That's important to know. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Mauga. He seems fun to play. Is he strong, or like what your team is probably going to need compared to other tanks in the game? Probably not. I mean, obviously also Roadhog right now is a little hot to play because of the rework that he got. It does take a little getting used to because, like, for me, the muscle memory for Roadhog is still the old way, and I'm still trying to get used to the new way he plays. Because there'll be times I try to, like, do the alternate fire, and I forget, oh, wait, that's the heal now, and, like, the scrap gun is just simply the one button rather than the two different buttons. It takes a little getting used to with the muscle memory after years of playing a character the same way, you know what I mean? But, yeah, that's a separate discussion. But, yeah, that's Mauga. He's definitely a fun character. I like him as a character. I like his voice actor. I think the Great Day short kind of helped display that. It is fun that he is kind of bringing a bit of a fun, chaotic side to the precision that is Talon, led by Doomfist, where, of course, Doomfist wants everything to be precise and surgical. And then here's Mauga just causing chaos, but he's getting results done. That's part of the point of that animated short, A Great Day. I highly recommend you check it out. Where it looks like he caused a lot of chaos, and he almost caused them to fail. And Sombra has to kind of explain to Doomfist why they succeeded despite Mauga. But then when she confronts Mauga about it, he reveals that he actually got them something else while causing that chaos that is sure to win Doomfist over. Where he's still not going to be happy about the amount of chaos that and attention they brought to themselves through that chaos that he did, but he's going to be okay with the fact they got them something extra they were not really expecting to get. And that's kind of Mauga. Like, he'll cause chaos and make your job a little bit more frustrating, but will he help get results done? Yeah, sure. But is he going to follow everything to the letter? No. No, he's going to do things his way. If he thinks he can get his results done his way, he's going to do it. And that's Mauga. And we'll wait and see what they decide to do when it comes to the next character they add to the roster here. My guess, if you look at the roster size here, we now have 12 tanks to choose from in a game that has us play only one tank. Now, of course, this doesn't account for, say, the other roles and modes that allow us to play multiple tanks, like mystery heroes, open queue, that stuff. Where the whole idea of, hey, let's play multiple tanks, and then having their health reduced as a result, obviously that's going to play a role. But let's see, we've got 12 tanks, we've got 10 healers, and we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 DPS. So either they're going to add another healer to add more to the healing roster, which honestly I think is a good idea, since we have 2 healers, and honestly I think even though we've have some pretty good healers in this roster, I wouldn't mind seeing a couple more added, but maybe that's just me being the support player I am in Overwatch mainly. But if they want to add another DPS to this already growing list of DPS characters, okay, sure. I doubt they're going to add 2 tanks in a row. But we'll see who they add next. And I will see you guys next time. One last look at the glorious, human being that is Mauga. I'll see you guys next time.